Hey, how's it going, you guys? SpyDick64 back here to do the Mandalorian review. Yeah, I don't know why it took me a while to get to it, but hey, it's here now. So yeah, I just got done with the Bad Batch reviews. We're pretty much done with the Bad Batch for now. And of course, now we are of course going to be looking forward. Now we're going to be focusing mainly on the Mandalorian. So, with that being said in mind, let's just get into chapter 21 of The Mandalorian. And this episode is titled The Pirate. So, you all remember the pirates in the first episode of the season? Well, basically what kind of happened was that they came back to Navarro and basically kicked out Grief Karga and the rest of the townspeople, and now Grief Karga is pretty much screwed. So basically what happens here is that he tries to get a message to the New Republic, which then goes to Carson Teba, who, if you don't know, Carson Teba is, of course, played by Paul Sun-Hun Lee, who is from the sitcom or from the TV show Kim's Convenience. He's also a very big Star Wars fan, and all that sort of stuff. If you have not followed him on Instagram, you would know a bit of his cosplays. So, anyways, the message goes out to Carson Teva, and well, basically, in order to get help from the Republic, he needs to get an approval from Coruscant. And then we have a particular looking species person walking out to him saying, or I really thought Navarro was going to make it this time. And it's a Lasat. And it's confirmed by the end credits that is Zeb Rillios. Yeah, guys, we saw Zeb in The Mandalorian in live action, and oh my gosh. Now, of course, I've said my dues of Star Wars Rebels, but I'm gonna be really honest here. It was really cool to see Zeb show up, and this is just the links and the pieces just forming up to set up the Ahsoka series, which is pretty much going to be a Rebels season or a Rebels sequel. But anyways, though, it was cool to see Zeb show up. I thought that was really cool. But also, one of the things that's also very important to mention is that Zeb looks really good in live action. I have no idea how they can make Zeb look good, but then mess up the Grand Inquisitor from Kenobi. We're not here to talk about that. So anyways, what happens here is that Carson Teva goes all the way to Coruscant to try to get an approval to help out Navarro and all that sort of stuff. But then he's then denied it because Navarro is a neutral planet and they are not part of the New Republic. And basically it's like just, you know how you show up to the bank and you want them to help you sort of deposit this money, but then said, no, we can't do this and all that sort of stuff, blah, 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 blah. You're not instated and whatnot, sort of have you. Basically, the New Republic basically just said, oh yeah, we really can't do that since you're not really with the New Republic. We're not really going to help out. And hey, don't you go out doing that whole rebellion thing and whatnot, sort of have you. Yeah, basically new government, but they're still assholes and all that sort of stuff. And while also Carson Teva is on Coruscant, he also encounters Elia Kane. That is there. Yes, I'm barely now getting the hand of calling these characters by their names. Elia Kane, of course, if you don't remember her, she of course was in the third episode where basically she set up Dr. Piercing into a trap and then got his mind wiped and then ate that biscuit, that son of a bitch. So yeah, and all that sort of stuff. And basically Carson Teva now has to do things basically outside of his control. And what he does here is that he goes to the Mandalorian covert, where the Mando covert is basically located where Din Djarin is alongside the rest of the Children of the Watch. And straight away, one thing I also really kind of like here, and I'm actually praising Rebels here a little bit, is that kind of the fact of the matter is, literally Carson Teva, with no weapons in his hands, is still being held at gunpoint And while he tries to show them a little tracking vob, and all that sort of stuff, they still are going to shoot his gun to them and all that sort of stuff. God damn, do Mandalorians ever chill the F out? This is something similar that happened in Rebels when basically while Ezra can be a little bit of a dumbass, he was still trying to say hello to the Mandalorians when Kanan and Sabine went to her home planet and when they were trying to recruit her bitch of a mother. He raises up his hand, is like, "Hi, everyone," and then they all started to put his guns. It's just like, Mandalorians do not know when to chill. Like, goddamn. But anyways, what happens here is that while Paz Vizsla wants to freaking kill him because the only thing he can think is, or excuse me, because the only thing he can think with is his blaster, his heavy ass blaster. And Paz Vizsla, I have to say, really kind of annoyed me throughout this episode a little bit. I'm sorry, it's just Vizsla's really annoying me, especially the last one that got his head cut off by Darth Maul. But anyways, though, Carson Teva gives Mando the tracking fob and basically tells him, "Hey, yo, your BFF, Greef Karga, is in danger. The New Republic is not going to help us. So I suggest either you're going to go over to Navarro and try and help him, or let him die," and all that sort of stuff. So, and also the way he even discovers the Mandalorian is because since Mando has R5 with him, R5 basically just tells Carson Teva where they are and all that sort of stuff, which is pretty funny. Yeah. Oh, holy shit. Wow. That's kind of funny. But yeah. But anyways, though, what happens next here is, of course, the fact of the matter is that, well, Din wants to, of course, go to Navarro and help out, of course, Greef Karga and all that sort of stuff. Bo-Katan, of course, is going to go along with Din. But however, though, he can't do it alone because it's him against a whole bunch of pirates. It's, while it's actually kind of funny, Mando's a one-man army, and he was able to go against a whole bunch of stormtroopers pretty easily. I mean, I don't know. It's not like he really needed the whole coverts to go with him and all that sort of stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, he kind of does, but so yeah, he basically says, "Okay, guys, I need to go to Navarro to, of course, go and help my guy Greef Karga. I know you guys hate him, maybe hate him." And then Paz Vizsla comes along, and I gotta say, he had us at the first half. It looks like that Paz Vizsla was about to go off on Mando, but then says, "You know what, guys? Let's actually kind of help this guy out and all that sort of stuff. He's actually not a bad guy." Then again, what's the odds of him wanting to still have the Darksaber in his hands? God damn, Mando hasn't used the Darksaber that much since the second episode. Holy shit, what? Okay, then. But anyways, though, so what happens here is Mando, along with the covert, well, at least a good chunk of them, travel on Bo-Katan's ship, onto Bo-Katan's ship, where basically the plan is that Din is going to travel on the N1 starfighter and trying to shoot down their fighters. Well, also at the exact same time, Bo is going to drop in some of the Mandos down to the ground so they can shoot and so they can clear the streets and all that sort of stuff. And it's this really cool scene. Really one of the really cool action scenes of the season so far. Mandalorians going around, shooting and all that sort of stuff, being pretty precise. I mean, the action's really cool here. And especially, we know what the dogfight that Mando has, of course, and all that sort of stuff. And also, can I just say, the pirate leader of the season has the coolest design. Has the coolest design I've seen out of a Star Wars character in a very long time, actually. One thing that I also have to give credit to the Mandalorian also too is just the simple fact of the matter is of them introducing new aliens and all that sort of stuff, and whatnot, sort of have you. So pretty cool that that swamp guy that I'm talking about looks like something straight out of the prequel that would come out of the prequels and all that sort of stuff. That's pretty cool. But anyways, what happens here is that is that Mando is able to, of course, shoot down, and he is able to get rid of the main pirate ship. The ship goes down, and only one of the fighters got away, and it was what was it, the weak way? I think it was the one weak way, or was it a Nikto? No, I think it was a Nikto that got away. Yeah, Nikto got away, basically. One of the fighters got away, and all that sort of stuff. And what happens then from that point onwards is that Greef Karga offers the Mandos to live on the Varro and have a piece of land and all that sort of stuff, so they can live together in peace and whatnot, sort of have you. And while they accept, and what then happens next is that the Armorer brings Bo-Katan and down to the covert where they once were back in the first season. And while the Armorer basically tells Bo to take off her helmet, and I thought at this instance, is the Armorer going to take off her helmet too? Is the Armorer about to abandon the rule of only having her helmet on? But no, that's not what happens here. What instead happens is that the Armorer proposes to Bo-Katan that we need to unite all Mandalorians together so we can then thrive and all that sort of stuff. Basically, she is saying that, yo, it is time that we assemble our people once again, whatnot, sort of have you. And basically, she has said, Bo-Katan has walked both ways. It is time to take their planet back. Even though Greef Karga offered them a piece of land where they can stay there, but okay, okay. Maybe they can stay there for a while, just stay there for a while and then go back to Mandalore. Which, I mean, it's breathable on Mandalore, so that's one thing to mention. But anyways, that is not the end of the episode, though, however. The end of the episode kind of answers some questions, but also basically brings up more questions. So Carson Teva is out patrolling the galaxy and all that sort of stuff. He then discovers an Imperial shuttle that looks like to be crashed. That looks like it was crashed and all that sort of stuff. And from what the records show, it was the shuttle that was supposed to transport Moff Gideon. However, though, Moff Gideon's body is not in the ship or in the shuttle. But one thing that they do find is basically some scars of Beskar steel there. And then this brings up some more questions as to, okay, so Moff Gideon is alive, but where is he? Who took him? And then also, one other thing that I've also been seeing online also too, and as the simple fact of the matter is I've been seeing a lot of people saying that they're going to confirm that Cara Dune or Gina Carano's character is dead because she never got to Coruscant and all that sort of stuff. Just imagine if they did that. They just said, oh yeah, Cara Dune died. Oh boy, that's gonna be a pretty hot topic going into this week if they do answer that question. So overall, this episode was pretty awesome. It was a pretty awesome episode. It kind of was weird in a few places, like and all that sort of stuff. Kind of did feel weird. So from what it really looks like, Moff Gideon is going to make a comeback. From also what it looks like, we don't really know what's going to happen next. Bryce Dallas Howard is supposed to direct the next episode, so we're going to be in for a banger. We're going to let her cook, and we're going to see what's going to happen with the next episode of The Mandalorian. So stay tuned, as this will be posted on Monday nights, and then the next night I'll then, of course, watch the episode, and I'll tell you about it right here. So thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you all in the next video.